I'm going to be unboxing the Valk Elites. So I haven't really been around 3x3 a lot lately because like basically I've been quite busy, and then I just threw all my cubes into my locker except for my Ultra GTS. But today I'm actually doing a slight exception and I pull 2 cubes back out because RS2, because this is my main, so I'm going to compare any 3x3 with this one anyway, and because this is a Valk, I just pull out my Valk 5 in case. So yeah, this cube has actually been sitting on my shelf for more than a month. Okay, so first thing, the packaging looks extremely similar to the Valk 5, except that because this is the 3x3 with interchangeable parts, you have a lot of extra boxes. And yeah, this box already feels quite small. I'm used to a Valk being a 5x5 and not a 3x3. And okay, first impressions, this cube is really light. Just picking it up, I'm actually surprised by how light it actually is. And like, yeah, I've heard enough, because this cube has been out on the market for a while, so I've heard everything about this cube. I mean, 96 magnets, but feeling the lightness of this cube despite the 96 magnets is actually quite a surprise. And okay, out of the box is also a bit oily, so I'm going to wipe this thing down. The feeling of this cube is actually quite a bit sandy, I would say. It reminds me of the original Valk 4 when I first like pulled it out of the box, which is a feel that I'm not really a fan of. But then like after I'm not too sure whether I experienced that same feel with my Valk 5. But I assume that since it's the same material and after you break it in, like it does smoothen out a bit for a while. I know cheap plastic is not exactly the same as the Moe plastic. I still prefer this one slightly. Actually not really slightly, significant amount better, but this is not that either, and I don't really mind this feel. But of course this one is out of the box, so it doesn't really feel as smooth. The magnets are also very strong. Okay, partly because I'm not used to the cube and it does feel a bit tight. Corner cutting is quite lacking at this point. I can't really like V-berm that smoothly on this. But this does have the potential to be very nice. I know some people have compared this to the original Valk, but like the feeling is a little bit different. It feels like a bit of a really tight and more stable cube with a more sandy feel. Like I can't really compare it with a past cube that I remember. So okay, compared with my RS2, yeah, it's a totally different feel altogether. I feel like this one is really smooth and there's a bit more flex, which I do enjoy, whereas it feels a lot tighter and more rigid. But of course there are additional spring settings which I would probably go for weaker settings. So and it could also be because of the extra magnets. So I might actually try the green ones which has no magnets, and I'll see what difference that will make. So okay, so this one are the red ones, which I probably don't want to try for now. Okay, speaking of the springs, before I would continue, I do not intend to switch the springs of this. Unlike things like the GTS 3 or the MGC Elites, where you can just you have already tensioned your cube properly and you can just change them on the go. For this one, in order to switch the spring, you have to physically unscrew the entire thing and swap it out. So it's as good as a spring swap, and it really doesn't preserve the original tension that you have set on your cube. So basically, if you want to change your spring strength, you have to go through the entire process of finding the optimum tension all over again. And lastly, these are the center caps with no magnets in them, so I'm going to swap them out and see. Okay, already I do like this quite a lot better. It's a bit faster now, and it's starting to remind me a bit of the original Valk, just slightly. And I also do enjoy how light this thing is. So just right out of the box, like a few plus. Okay, the plus point is obviously light. The minus point is, in a way, it's smaller than the RS2. So I do prefer 56 over 55 if you know my channel or you know me well enough. So, but other than that, I think that this one does have potential. I don't really see a cube significantly beating the RS2 anytime soon, regardless of how good they are, because like I feel like this cube already more or less fits the requirements of what I want in the decent 3x3, whereas for something else like to be better, like cubes are doing different things rather than physically making the cube easier to solve. Like within a faster time, they're doing things like customization. But I think that's just my opinion. So I've set up the Valk Elite and use it for a bunch of solves. The settings I use on the Valk Elite are the clear springs with the green magnet caps, and the green magnet caps are the ones with no magnets. So regarding the 96 magnet combinations, the clear and the red magnet caps are supposed to add an edge center magnet set, which is in addition to the corner edge magnet set, which are already inside the cube by default. So I'm not too sure what's the difference between like just not talking about magnet customization in general, but just like comparing what's the difference between using 48 magnets with double the strength or like 96 magnets with like the normal strength. There might be some difference in feel, but I've never really tried that. It could be like the force feels more evenly distributed or something, but generally I do find that like the clear magnets, like okay, back to the topic of being able to customize the Valk Elite magnets, I find that the clear magnets are already like too snappy for my liking, and since the red ones are even stronger, I didn't try them all. The green ones, however, they are really nice, so I just use the green ones. And the Valk 3 Elite is now roughly similar to my MF3 RS2M, although there are a few differences, but I'll talk about the similarities first. The similarities lie in the fact that both have very smooth turning, and they have a decent stability. So I do feel like there's some degree of elastic force pulling the cube together, and it holds together well enough when you're not turning. Like for example, when you want to turn one layer, the other two don't flex and deform if you grip too hard, or like when you turn fast, like you can feel the elastic force holding the cube together as well as like the magnetic force. And also neither of these cubes are good, like neither of them would qualify as the outright like fastest 3x3 on the market. Both of them they're not slow either, but they are somewhere in the medium speed range where it's quite comfortable, and I find that for 3x3 that's quite okay. So I would say that comparing the two side by side, the Valk Elite would be just a slight bit faster, but it might be because of the weight as well. So okay, I was actually very impressed by how light the Valk Elite was out of the box, because I heard people say that it was light, but when I physically picked it up, that was really a moment where I was impressed. But like being light also has its downside. So actually, the Valk Elite is also a slightly more flimsy feel than my RS2 in general. It's also partly due to how tightly I tension my RS2 is compared. I think it's roughly similar, but I think right now the Valk Elite has been tensioned quite similarly to my RS2 as well. But I feel that like with the RS2, since the plastic is a bit thicker, I can actually abuse that. Like the cube feels like it can stand up to abuse better than the Valk Elite does. So since it has thicker plastic, I feel that I can turn it with more force. It's like it works with a light turning style, but when I want to go forceful and really abuse the cube at certain moments, especially if I want to just get the last L down really fast, I feel that like this cube will stand up against all those abuse. Whereas this one is like the Valk Elite just feels like a thinner cube in general, and I find that I'm holding back against my turning force. Like I feel like this one is more of a light turning style throughout the whole saw. One negative thing I would say is that like the anti-stick design on the corner here has a lot of like fine dots on it. So not too sure how well the camera can pick it up. So by right is intentional. It's done with good intention. It's supposed to spread the loop, but the only major thing I really felt with it is that sometimes when I do a U or U prime, the corner will actually rub against my thumb, and it gets slightly annoying, but it's nothing near being a deal breaker. So the overall average I get on the Valk Elite is similar, if not just slightly slower than my RS2, so I don't see myself switching to the Valk Elite, but I still really enjoy the cube. If 3x3 is an event that you really care about and you want a cube that really nails your turning style, like the Valk 3 Elite would be among one of those cubes to consider among flagships from other brands, because there are many good 3x3s out there as well. So you really just can, if you can try all them side by side, you probably just pick the one that fits your turning style best, and there's a probability it might be the Valk Elite, although I think other cubes also share that chance. But for me, I treat 3x3 like a side event that I will practice only for the purpose of improving the 3x3 stage of my main events, which are in particular these three, although to some extent 7 and 8 are in it as well, but I think these three are really my main. I'll be totally happy if there's a budget cube that is equally good as a flagship but doesn't have the customization options, and that's exactly what the IS2 is.